Hello, hi everyone. I'm Sandhya. I'm your botany lecturer. In the last video, we have studied about the living world. Two subtopics were discussed. That is about the characteristics of the living organisms, what is living, and the second subtopic was diversity in the living world. Now in this lecture, we are going to deal with taxonomic categories and taxonomical aids. Taxonomic categories and taxonomical aids. So taxonomy. Taxonomy is nothing but the study which deals with the identification, nomenclature, classification of plants and animals or living organisms called as taxonomy. So for taxonomic studies, to learn about them is very much important for a particular living organism. It should be identified, then it should be named, and it should be classified. So what is classification? Classification is nothing but grouping of anything, grouping of the organism, anything grouped into categories based on the easily observable characters. So anything grouped into categories based on easily observable characters, nothing but the classification. Then this classification, it is not just like classification. It involves the hierarchical steps, means like in increasing order or decreasing order, like that. So classification involves the hierarchy of steps, represents a rank or a category. So it is divided into some small steps like thing. Okay, category or rank. So this rank or category is nothing but the unit of classification. The unit of classification is called as taxon. Taxon is a singular form. Taxa is a plural form. So classification involves the hierarchy of steps, represents a rank or category. The rank is nothing but the unit of classification. The unit of classification, that particular one particular step is called as rank. And a name is given to that, which is scientific name is given to that rank, is called as taxon. It is a singular form. If more steps are there, it's called as taxa. So the living organisms are classified based on this. This is the hierarchy of the steps. The bigger one is kingdom. After kingdom, division, class, order, family, genus, and species. This is the hierarchy of the classification. First, we are going to deal with the lowest category, that is species. Species is nothing but it includes the group of organisms with fundamental similarities. It includes all the organisms with fundamental similarities. Like if you take an example in plants only, if you take an example of Mangifera indica, then Solanum tuberosum, then Nicotiana tabacum. So these are the botanical names. And in the last video, we have studied about the binomial nomenclature, that a scientific name or a biological name should be given with two names. The first one is genus name. The second one is species name. The first one, genus name, should start with a capital letter. The species name or specific epithet should start with a small letter. So this is a mango, this is a potato, this is a tobacco. So these are the species names. Okay, the indica, the tuberosum, the tobacum, they are all the species name. They are the group of individuals with fundamental similarities. And they are having distinct morphological differences. Small morphological differences are there, but similarity, based on some similarities, they are classified. I mean, they are the species matter. Okay, they are the species. So Mangifera indica, Solanum tuberosum, Nicotiana tabacum. So all these are the plant scientific names. Then these are the species names. Okay, moving on to the genus name or genera. Genus is singular name. Genera is plural name. Genus means all the related species are grouped under genus. This genus, they have more characters in common. Compared to species. These group of organisms, these related species. This is nothing but related species. Related species with more characters in common are grouped under the genus. So we have studied Solanum tuberosum. Solanum tuberosum. Solanum nigrum. Then Solanum melongena. Solanum tuberosum means potato. Solanum nigrum means chili. Solanum melongena means brinjal. So these are the tuberosum, nigrum, melongena are the species, different species. They are grouped under one genus called as Solanum. So they are having more similar characters in comparison to species. They belong to Solanum genus. Coming on to the family. In family, related genera are grouped together in family. Related genera are grouped together in family. Here, with less number of similarities. With less number of similarities, they are present. Like for example, the Solanum I told you, the Solanum tuberosum, Solanum melongena, all are grouped under a family called as Solanaceae. And here in family, the name of the family, the suffix should be AC, like this, AC. Solanum tuberosum, Solanum melongena, then Solanum nigrum, Nicotiana tabacum, they are all plants which come under family Solanaceae. Then coming on to order. Here all the related families are grouped under order. They are having very few similarities. In order, like for example, this the Solanaceae family is family plus Convolvulaceae family. Convolvulaceae family. They come under order called as Polymoniales. Solanaceae and Convolvulaceae. These two families come under the order Polymoniales. So species, related species come under genus, related genera come under family, related families come under order. One such example is Polymoniales, where the two families are included, Solanaceae and Convolvulaceae. Coming on to related order. Related orders are grouped into class. Related orders are grouped under class. Here, like for example, Malvales. Malvales is an order. Then Polymoniales. Then Polymoniales, Rosales. They are all grouped. All these orders are grouped under a class called as Dicotyledonnae. Means the plants which are having two cotyledons. They are grouped under Dicotyledonnae, which is a class. Then related class are grouped into division or phyla. If it is a plant, it is called as division. If it is an animal, it is called as phylum. So Dicotyledonnae, the Dicotyledonnae and Monocotyledonnae, they come under the division. Plants, no, so division. Plants, spermatophyta. Means the plants which bear the seeds. They come under the division spermatophyta. And this similar divisions are come under the kingdom. Two kingdoms are there, Plantae and Animalia. As spermatophyta are the plants, so they come under the kingdom Plantae. This is about the hierarchy of the taxonomical hierarchy. Species, genus, family, order, class, division of phylum and kingdom. Then suffixes for family is AC. For family it is AC. For order it is ales. The name of the order should end with a suffix called as ales. For class, it can be ale. It can be ale. This is about the taxonomical hierarchy. Now coming on to, let us give an example. Okay, let us give an example. For mango we'll give. Okay, so species name is indica. Genus name is Mangifera. Family Anacardiaceae. Anacardiaceae. Then all related families are grouped under an order called as Sapindales. Then all related orders are grouped under a class called as Dicotyledonei. Division Spermatophyta. Then kingdom planting. This is one of the example. Mango. Okay, now moving on to the next subtopic, taxonomical aids. For classification, the identification and the nomenclature is very, very, very important. For classification, for classifying or taxonomical studies, the identification and the nomenclature is very, very important. So, taxonomical aids, the collection is important. The collection, identification is also important. And nomenclature plays an important role. So, the correct classification and identification of the plants is very, very important. For that, the biologists have done so many studies and techniques were developed. Okay, the biologists or the botanists have done so many studies and techniques, and they have developed some specimens such that we can identify or recognize a particular plant or an animal. Okay, so the correct identification and nomenclature is important. So for that correct identification and nomenclature, the biologists have done some studies, techniques, and specimens. Some processes have been developed which help in the correct identification. So those particular specimens, studies, techniques are nothing but the taxonomical aids. They help in the identification, nomenclature, and classification of the known one or an unknown plant or an animal. Okay, so taxonomical aids, they help in the correct identification, nomenclature, and classification of the plants or animals. So they are divided. Coming on to botany, first one is herbarium. Here in herbarium, a twig is taken. A twig with the inflorescence or flower is taken. Then it is dried and pressed under the sheets. Then it is pasted nicely. And on the sheets the specimens are kept in matter. So on the big sheet it is dried and pressed on like this. Here the twig with the flower or the inflorescence is present. The leaf. This is the flower, like this. Here small plaster is kept. And here on the right side bottom corner, here the information is provided. The local name or the vernacular name, common name, botanical name, family, order, who has collected it, on what date it was collected, then on what date it was collected, and from where it was collected. So all the information is there. But it is easy, a quick referral system to identify a particular plant for a particular plant. It's a quick referral system. It's a herbarium. All sheets are there. Like this, on one sheet, one specimen is kept. Like that, a bundle of sheets are piled up together, and a herbarium is maintained. Then the largest herbarium is present in Royal Botanical Garden. Royal Botanical Garden in Kew in England. Largest herbarium it is present. Then here it's like a storehouse, a repository of repository such that if any twig is obtained, we can compare with the specimens on the dried sheets, and then we can identify it and what are the characters, what are the scientific name, what is the family, like that we can identify. So it is helpful. It is helpful for identification and nomenclature of a particular thing. So this is something about the sheets one. Nowadays, social media, internet, digitalization is very has been for everything. Mobile phones and social media and computers are useful. So like that, a digital herbarium is also maintained. A digital herbarium is also maintained. Where the photographs of this particular sheets are kept as images in the internet. Then we can refer it to provide an analogous online facility anamata. So the photographs of these particular sheets are kept as images. So whenever if you want to compare or if you want to know about the characteristics, you can open the digital herbarium and obtain the information. The second one is the botanical garden. Here in the botanical garden, live plants are grown in an area, in a particular area. Botanical garden. Botanical garden, where the living plants are taken for reference anamata. Then the living plants are living plants are taken for reference, and here the particular plants are labeled with the botanical name, family, and what is their use, if it's any use. It can be ornamental plant, it can be medicinal plant, or it can be it can be used for medicinal purpose, like that. So a place where the plants are grown and they are taken as reference. Then the Royal Botanical Garden is present at Kew in England. At the same time in India also it is present, called as Indian Botanical Garden. Indian Botanical Garden in Howrah in India. Then National Botanical Research Institute. Botanical Research Institute at Lucknow. Then Royal Botanical Garden in Kew at England. Royal Botanical Garden, where the plants are grown and they are labelled. Royal Botanical Garden at Kew, England. Then Indian Botanical Garden in Howrah in India. National Botanical Research Institute at Lucknow in India. This is about the botanical garden. Then coming on to third taxonomical area, museum. Here it's a setup. It is a setup in educational institution or colleges or schools and biological museums are kept. Here a collection of preserved plants and animal specimens are kept. Preserved, okay? Remember, it is a preserved plant and animal specimens are kept. Specimens are kept. Where a plant is taken and it is applied with some solution and it is stored in a jar, or it is or a dried specimen also it can be stored. Okay, so it's a preserved one, plant and animal specimen. It can be present in a solution, or it can be presented as a dried specimen. So it's a collection of preserved plants and animal specimens for study and reference. So whenever you get any new plant, you can go to the museum and do the reference and then identify that particular plant or animal. So a museum is a place where mostly in colleges and schools they are present, where the plants and animals are preserved in a solution or in any chemicals like that, such that they are preserved. All the characters can be easily observed and like that. It's preserved, and such type of preserved ones are called as specimens. They can be kept in a solution in a jar, or they can be kept as a dried specimens also. The next one is key. Next taxonomical aid is key. Here, key is a taxonomical aid where the identification of plants and animals are done based on the similarities and dissimilarities. Based on the similarities and dissimilarities. Based on the similarities and dissimilarities, the identification of a particular plant or an animal is being done. If a key can be taken based on the dissimilarities also. Like if it is based on the contrasting characters, in a pair, such type of key is called as couplet. This is a key which is based on the contrasting characters. If one is accepted, the other one is rejected. So a pair of contrasting characters is called as couplet. The contrasting characters. So if one is accepted, if that particular character is accepted, the other one is rejected. So that is a key anamata. Then the each statement in a key is called as lead. A pair of contrasting characters is called as couplet. Then here separate taxonomic keys are required for each taxonomic category, such as family, genus, species, for identification purpose. So here these keys are provided for separate families, for separate genera, for separate species. Then another taxonomical aid is flora. Flora is a distribution of the plants in a particular area. The plants growing in a particular area is called as flora. And it is an actual account of habitat and distribution of plants in a given area. Then manuals. Manuals is a small book. It's a small book which is useful for identification of names or species found in a particular area. It's a small booklet-like thing where the information of a particular plant is given. Flora, the plants growing in a particular area, actual habitat and distribution of plants in a given area. Manuals is a small booklet which is having the information about the identification of a particular species which is growing in an area. Then monograph. Monographs are also they have the information on one particular taxon, maybe species, maybe genera, or maybe a family. Monographs on one particular taxon. Here manuals on one particular species. It's a small booklet which gives information about the species. Monographs, they give information about particular taxon. Then Catalog is a list of systematically arranged plants or animals found in an area with a brief description that helps in their identification. It is systematically arranged plants or animals which gives a brief introduction about the plants and animals to help in their identification. Okay, it is a list of systematically arranged plants and animals to give a brief introduction, brief identification about the brief identification that help in the identification. Thank you. ఇట్లా డిస్టర్బ్ చేస్తావు అంటే రికార్డ్ అయితే మాట్లాడకు.